Hi, and thank you for continuing with us in this empowering series. This will be the the final part for the introduction of the tools, the Google applications in this case. And then we will continue with some of the business related information. Now, in this case, we're going to look at Google Sheets. Google Sheets would be the comparable version as Excel. You can find it in some computers, something like this, or different formats where you have all the options in there. And basically, it's a with the columns, rows, and the cells. This is the main basic format for that we're gonna be working on right now. And then if you have a Mac computer, there's this application called Numbers, which looks something like this. This application is a comparable version but to Excel, but the termination has numbers. And so I'm gonna save this file just for future, for just for later on when we start looking into this format. I'm gonna save it just the way it is saved. Okay, there you go. So let's open up the Google Sheets. Just as you have been seeing, of course, it has different templates for all kinds of situations. It just have a couple of them here necessary for the day-to-day activities. You can see if you have work, if you have for financials, project management. These charts right here are very useful if you have big projects going on. If you have just some simple tasks, you can create a to-do list and then add a couple people in there and do it that way. Let's, for example, go to the to-do list. We look at the little format that they have. It's the basic format basically. So you have the check box that you can just check and everything. That means that you completed that item basically. And then if you go a little bit beyond that, you can also change the conditional formatting, which means that it's the formula. That's a little bit more advanced, but you can actually change the color. For example, we make it darker and you can see that one. That way you can actually see what's going on and which ones you have completed, the day, the task, and things that you have completed. I'm gonna go to my Google Drive because I already created a couple of examples just so we can quickly go over different things that you can do with your Google Sheets. So in this case, I'm gonna go to recent. In this case, I have already created a couple sheets with different pieces of information so you can see the couple things that you can do. So in this case, it's a to-do list for a couple activities. In this case, could be some marketing strategy, and so it's promoting your promotion via Facebook, Instagram, your website, different via different methods or platforms that you can basically be promoting yourself. You can add a specific task within that, like the Facebook, for example, different tasks like create 9 messages here and add a little bit a note in there so you can know what to do or how they break down of the different things even more, or the contact information if you need to. And to create that little note, you just go on the right click, or if you have a Mac with the 2 fingers, you can do the right click basically, and then if you scroll down underneath the comment, that's where you see the note. So you insert the note and basically this is the note for just that. And then you can basically copy and paste whatever information you want in here, just as a extra note for you to stay on track. Now this is just something simple I created, but eventually if you want something like this involves a little bit more formula formulas, but at the moment just a simple basic information works. Like for example, here I changed the color, and then if you want to add a new column, like for a description or someone assigned to that task, you click on the very top of the column and everything gets selected. Now you right click and insert one column to the right. Then you write new, or the person owner of the task owner, and then you write the initials for the person. Okay, this person is gonna do that and this, and you can keep track that way. Now I created this for the next sheet. As you can see at the bottom, I have different sheets. Those are just different sheets within the same sheet document, Google Sheets. So basically you just click the plus button and you can add a new sheet within the same document. Now here, just to show you an example, sometimes you have a lot of things to add. You have your calculator and everything, you're pumping in numbers and pushing in the numbers and all of that, but if there are too many and you have to do a lot of things with those numbers, like for example, I want to look at all the office items, but I have these lists with a lot of items in it, then one of the things I can do is add all the expenses together, use a couple formulas. For example, let me show you the simple formulas. So if you want to add all these numbers, you can type the equal sign, and that begins a formula. In this case, it gives you some options, and as you can see, when you select one of these options, all the numbers get highlighted. That's good because that way you know which numbers are gonna be added. In this case, sum of all those numbers. So I want that, and then enter, and there you go, I have the total. Now let's say I want to narrow down my totals just for be more specific with the office items. One of the things I can do is select this whole area and go to in this case, go to the three dot icon and click on the thing that says filter. So push that little filter option, and as you can, if you go back, you can see that something here, like another icon, came up. So we're gonna go ahead and click this item right here, the icon, and you can see that you're gonna be able to sort them. I want to sort them A through Z in this case. That way I can see all the items together. So now what I'm gonna do is get the total of the office. Since there are a lot of numbers, I don't just want to be doing the formula of adding one by one. I could add one by one if I only have like two. For example, here I can add a formula like equals, and then you press the number, plus, press the next number, and you can see how the numbers are shown here. They are basically read by column and number. So in this case, this cell right here is going to be called D6. D6. Oh, 6. So this is going to be called D6. And this is good to know just because if you're doing formulas, that way you can always see where you might have done a mistake or something. Now I click enter and I get the total for that specific part. Now in the case of the office, those are a lot more numbers. I don't want to be adding one by one. I want to use the same formula that I used before. Equals sum, you can type it out, parentheses, open parentheses, select all this section, so click and drag, then close parentheses and enter. Then you get the total for the office items. And this is just a simple way to use Excel or Google Sheets or a comparable version just to do some formulas for yourself, and that way you have more time to do other things and not just be on the calculator or something. Now the next part, I have in another sheet called uses. In this case, is more like for the today, like the daily activities basically. everybody makes a grocery store list or something to go to the store, like a list to basically know what you're gonna bring. So in this case, that's what I did, but but I made it with juices. More like if I want to on start on a liquid diet or something, then I could have a list of juices: green juice, vegetable juice, un liquid lunch, and I can do that. I can list all the ingredients. That way, one day I feel like buying all these ingredients to do that for tomorrow, like a liquid lunch for tomorrow, then I'll just go to the store. And since this application you can download it on your phone, you can have it with you all the time. And you are in the store, you start selecting, okay, I need this, I have that. And once you have bought everything, then at the end of the day, you just unclick them all and you have your clean list again to be used and buy your items at the store. So this is just something there. There's other options, the way that you can use this one, such as if you want to go more complicated, if there's a day of the event, then you can make a little formula to do something like this. Track your progress with colors basically. And completion, this is the two will be progress, the one will be to do, that kind of thing. But this is a little bit more advanced, but it's another way. This method only works if every column applies to every single task. This will be the tasks, this will be the specific activity you want to finish. And then if you get rid of all that, then you start fresh again. Sometimes for if that activity is exactly the same over and over again, then that's how this kind of method would be useful. And in this case I apply a formula, so I would see the colors as I progress, and that way I only focused on the red and yellow items. If you're looking for a job, for example, you can also use this program to track down a couple of situations. Like in this case, it would be the position, the company, address, salary, website, notes, and the progress. So for your progress, I created this simple option there where you can actually have a little bit of options here to track your activity, how you're doing. For example, I'm gonna change this because I know it's in Spanish, and I'm gonna select this area right here. If I wanna track my progress, I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, right click all the way to the bottom. There's a data validation. Data validation, this means that I selected specific cells. I'm gonna go to list of items, and right here I'm gonna list apply, in progress, completed. If I do that and I separated them by a comma, which you have to do, show drop down list in the cell, and that's all I need to do, save. Then that way when I go here I can actually change the progress of the specific task. For example, if I apply for lab tech job or something else, like in the office secretary or something, or manager at a specific location, then you track the progress of what jobs you have applied to. So these are just a couple of different things that how you can use this to-do list. And the same happens here with the share option. You can share this document, you can change who can see the document, who can edit the document, you can share the link. If you want the person to edit, you just click edit. If you want to share it with somebody else, like in this case with this person, I want them to be in this case just view it. Then you send it, the to-do list, you send it to the person, and you got it. Now, one other thing I want to mention is that if you see the add-ons here, you can actually add additional applications that you can use as well. So you will click get add-ons or manage add-ons. At the moment we're not going to explore these ones because these are more specific to other activities, and it depends what you're going to do. I mean, I have used this for specific forms that I have created, but at the moment we're not going to explore them. Well, this was just an introduction of looking at most of the applications that we use on a daily basis. And in this case, just by having a Gmail account, you already have access to all of them. There is just so much available out there, and it is just basically too easy to get overwhelmed. Just try different systems, and whatever works for you, stick to that. With that, I'm gonna end this part, and hopefully you're gonna keep going and hearing this series, because we're gonna explore more advanced techniques and other applications related to these ones. Business, we're gonna go into business next, the basic applications that you need for your business if you have a business, or if you want to create your business. There are a lot of applications you need to know about. Well, with that we end, and thank you very much. We'll see you next time.